Hey. I'm your humble host, Fizz Music, and this right here, this is Urban Politics. I want to thank you all for liking and subscribing as you do. Please, as soon as you have a chance, take your cell phone over to YouTube, like and subscribe. Fizz Music, Urban Politics. Sorry I wasn't with you last week, had some stuff going on, so we had to go on hiatus. Hi, haters, I'm back off hiatus. I know even even I hate us. That's a quote from Kanye West. I let it, but word, you know what I'm saying? Just a little hiatus, but we're back. You know what I'm saying? I got a life. Sometimes it catches up to me too, and I got stuff to do, and I don't get to come to you with the urban politics. But you can always hit YouTube and see all these backlog of urban politics, and I keep it fresh. I do it every week, right? So this is pretty much current politics. I mean, even if you check out last episode, I'm talking about something that's probably still relevant today because news don't change exactly that much. Sometimes I'm fishing for stuff to talk about. That's a lie. There's always stuff I want to talk about. Some of it not even in the news. Like today, I'm going to cover a lot of stuff that wasn't necessarily in the news. It's just stuff that I came across, and it's stuff. Is it political? Sure, but it's also stuff that adds to people's life, and that's what I like to do. I want to bring you something that could add to your life, make your life a little easier, a little more livable. You know, maybe make you feel better about some of the stuff that you're already doing. So you know what I'm saying. Check me out, but first, we definitely gonna talk about politics, right? We gotta talk about 2024 because there is an election happening. Unfortunately, it looks like we're poised to have to make the same horrible decision that we made last time between an old guy and another old guy. You know, it's probably gonna be Biden Trump. It's probably gonna be that again. We're poised to do that again. Welcome to America. This is the land of reruns. If you don't believe me, what's on your TV tonight? Yeah. So check me out. Let's talk about I'll lead off by talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene, the notorious MTG. Comes at Joe Biden, compares him to LBJ. She compared him to Lyndon Baines Johnson like that was going to be a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's one of the most popular presidents on record. LBJ passed civil rights, signed Medicare into law. So I don't know what she was thinking with that. Here's a woman who doesn't do her homework. She's obviously not a student of history. She doesn't know a dang thing about politics. She is a political lightweight, but she has an extremely loud voice and a lot of support for whatever reason from her party. You know, for whatever reason, because the base is in love with this idiot. So there's that. Also wants to impeach Joe Biden. No real reason to impeach him. Now she just wants to impeach him, which even people from her party have been like, cut that out. We don't really have a reason to impeach Joe Biden. Impeachment is serious. Back in the day, when Barack Obama was president, they had tried the same trick with him, right? They kept coming about impeachment, and even other Republicans started telling those Republicans, cut that out. Because when you do that, all you do is animate his base. All you do is make people who never thought about voting go out here and vote because they like, how they gonna impeach this brother? He ain't even did nothing. We don't need that. We don't need it. And I bet you the same talk is going to Marjorie Taylor Greene from her party saying, hey, cut that out. This guy really hasn't done anything impeachable, unlike our guy who was impeached, you know what I'm saying, who did do impeachable offenses. This guy literally hasn't done any impeachable offenses, so let's not even go there. But she's not smart, and she really doesn't know that or get that. And it's like, if we go there, then we can animate his base. We don't want to do that. His base already shellacked our guy by 10 million, 11 million votes last time. Last thing we need to do is animate them with BS talks of impeachment. So there's that. But see, like I said, she's a political lightweight. She wouldn't know these things. Trump wants to be able to rebuttal when people bring up his criminal kids. What about Hunter Biden? That's what all this Hunter Biden stuff is about, too. I wanted to add that in there, too. That's all this laptop crap, all this crap. That's what that's about. So when people come up and be like, oh, what about your criminal kids and your criminal family? Oh, what about the Hunter Biden criminal enterprise, criminal family? When there's no equivalency, but that's the equivalency they want to draw, right? What about Joe Biden's documents in his garage? What? Okay, you know what I'm saying? Okay, Joe Biden has some documents. Who else has some? Pence has some documents. People got documents. People take work home with them. I don't know what's the matter with these guys. I don't take work home with me. Maybe they take work home. Obviously, they take work home with them. But it still is not the equivalent of a Trump who stole these documents and sought to sell them and show them to foreign adversaries. Some he did. So cut the games. There is no equivalency there, right? So they want to talk about Trump was impeached. So that's what they want to be able to say. So Biden was impeached. So that's what this whole Biden impeachment thing is about, really. You know, if they can impeach Biden, then whenever people say, well, Trump was impeached, that's what lets you know he was a criminal. Oh, well, Biden was impeached too. They always want to be able to draw some false equivalency. Like, and I'll show you how they always do it too. This gets on my nerves all day. This is why some of my conservative buddies and me aren't buddies no more. Because they say stuff like, yeah, they want to talk about all these people who stormed the Capitol, but what about all those George Floyd riots? What about when there like 600 and some people who died during those riots in the cities and the blah, 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 blah. Shit, if they don't, man, I'd be wanting to smack the taste out of some of their mouth. Number one, first of all, George Floyd was a human being who we all saw get snuffed in real time on the internet. Do not draw an equivalency between that and people storming the Capitol mad that their loser candidate lost an election. Let's keep it real now, man. Let's bring it down to brass tacks. We got some folks mad that their loser candidate, who's always calling everybody else a loser, who is a true loser on paper. He's a loser at everything. He's a loser at business. He's a loser as a father. He's a loser as a human being. And he lost as a candidate. That's life. That's how that goes. These people get mad, storm the Capitol, try to hang Mike Pence. Smear boo-boo in the office. You know, desecrate Nancy Pelosi's office because that guy lost. They mad about that. That is not the same as people of color and some people not of color taking to the streets and burning the city down because a brother was killed in front of us all in real time and nothing was done about it. Nothing was done about it. 9 minutes. 9 minutes. I'm rounding up. Excuse me. I'm rounding up 9 minutes. The brother had a knee on his neck, so cut the games. So, but that's what the right do. They want to draw that false equivalency. Oh, it's the same thing as those George Floyd riots, whatever. Anyway, yeah, can you tell I'm mad about that? So there's that. The debates will be August 23rd. Please be tuning in. That'll be the Republican debates. You know what I'm saying? All those people vying for the nomination for the Republican Party. I think all the usual suspects will be there. Chris Christie, Nikki Haley. There's some other people running. I can't remember the brother's name. I can't wait to watch it. It'll be interesting. Who will be there? Who won't be there? Who won't be there? Probably not Mr. Trump. Why would Trump not be there? You know what I'm saying? Why would Donald J. Trump not show up? Because really, why would he need to? I think he's already 23 points ahead. When you're ahead, you kind of want to freeze time right now, don't you? You know, why would he want to, go to the debate and fight for what's already essentially his right now? Now, we're nowhere near the end of this whole thing, and a lot of things can change. They always do. But point being, right now, he the golden boy. So why would he go to a debate and defend that? There's that. Chris Christie was saying he doesn't think that Donald Trump's ego could stop him from coming. And he said if he doesn't come, he's going to have to sit at home and watch me beat up on his record and beat up on how good a president he wasn't all night. Okay, Chris Christie. But with that said, you still got right up his butt when it was time to do so, right? You fell right in line like Trump said that you would and all the rest of those buffoons would. So even though you get up there on that debate stage, and you'll probably tear him apart, I think Chris Christie is capable of doing that. At the end of the day, you fell behind this guy. You gave this guy your full-throated support knowing he wasn't fit for office. What does that say about you? T.I. is what a T.I. is. Anyway, let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about more stuff to better your life. Check this out. This 101-year-old man is the world's oldest practicing doctor. And he says retirement is the enemy of longevity. I always thought the opposite of that. Here are his 3 tips for living a long and happy life. I saw this article and it was so interesting to me. There's a Cleveland-born doctor, Dr. Howard Tucker, who just turned 101 July 10th. And he said a key secret to his longevity and meaningful, a key secret to his longevity is meaningful work. Being invested in, I guess, what you do for a living. Tucker received his medical degree from the Ohio State University College of Medicine in 1947. He has practiced neurology for 75 years, eventually earning the Guinness World Record for the world's oldest practicing physician. That's impressive. Um, Here's the three things that he say will add longevity to your life, right? He says, number one, delay retirement if you can. He did add the caveat, if you can, if you got it like that. If you're still feeling like you can do your job, just keep doing your job. I hear that. I don't agree with that. I'm looking to retire as soon as I can retire. But I hear what he's saying. When you got something to do every day, when you're feeling worthwhile, when you're feeling like you contribute to society, it definitely can add longevity to your life. So that's something to think about. Stay fit and healthy. Amen. Gotta watch the food and stuff that you're putting into your body. Try and go out here and get some exercise, which I think is, that's coming up. But that's my point, man. Stay active. Put some good food in your body. My uncle told me that. Please stay active. You know what I'm saying? That's the key to some longevity. And the last one, he said, learn something new every day. Learn something new every day. I learn something new every day. I work in an autistic community. I learn something new from the kids I work with every day. I learn something new from staff every day. I learn something new from friends every day. I learn something new from the internet and TikTok every day. Which you probably wouldn't hear a lot of people say, but I'm keeping it real. I do. I learn these things. You know what I'm saying? So you have to always be adding on to yourself. All of us should always be adding on, always trying to make a better you. You know, that's what you should be consumed with every day. How can I make myself just a little bit better, right? All right. This right here is the last point I'm going to get into before I get into my IPA of the week, and then I'm going to get about your hair. What habits can lead to significant increase in lifespan? So this right here is something, what is something that these habits that you can add to yourself that can actually help you live a little longer and a little better while you're living a little longer. Like I told you, this episode is all about what you can do to make you a little bit better, right? So check me out. The study found that men who have adopted all 8 habits, we got some 8 habits here, at the age of 40 would be predicted to live 24 years longer on average than men who adopted none of these habits. Women who have adopted all 8 habits by age 40 would live 23 years longer on average compared to those who adopted none. The researchers found that low physical activity, opioid use, and smoking had the biggest impact on an individual's lifespan. During the study period, these habits were associated with a 30% to 45% higher risk of death. Wow. Stress, drinking alcohol excessively, poor diet, and poor sleep hygiene were associated with around 20 to 30% increase in the risk of death during the study period. In comparison, the lack of positive social relationships was associated with a 5% increased risk of death. Wow. Living with a chronic disease is costly and a burden to individuals and to society. Studies have found that approximately 90% of diabetes, 80% of coronary heart disease, and 70% of cardiovascular mortality can be attributed to unhealthy lifestyle habits. Of course. These are 8 identified habits that can help you live a longer life, right? Check it out. Being physically active. I was just talking about that in the other segment. Being physically active. Get some type of physical activity in your life. I work with the autistic community. Those kids like to walk. So thanks to them, I'm always getting my steps in. And we make jokes around the office about that. We always getting our steps in because them kids, you getting your steps in, baby. Some of them like to walk. I have talked about that on the stage. Walking is one of the best activities that any human being can do. They said it can help with weight loss. It can help with just sustaining a good weight and a healthy lifestyle. It can do all of that. So please get some physical activity in your life. Walking is some of the best physical activity you can get. Swimming's also a good one too if you like to swim. Not smoking. There's that. That speaks for itself, ladies and gentlemen. Not smoking. Managing stress, which is hard. Life is full of stress, right? Crush, kill, destroy, stress. Some of y'all know. Some of y'all some old school hip hop fans. You know what I'm talking about. But check it out. Stress is a rough one. Got to manage that. Maintaining a good diet. Got to watch what you put into your mouth. The call is coming from inside the house. It's the food that we're putting in our bodies that are making us sick, ladies and gentlemen. Not regularly drinking alcohol excessively. I fight with that one. But really, none of us should be getting sloppy every night. If you got to get sloppy, at least do it once or twice a month. Okay, anyway, moving on. Maintaining good sleep hygiene. That's another one too. I struggle with that too because I work a lot. I work a lot because I want the money. Yeah, you want the money and all that, but man, you got to get some rest. And if you ain't getting no rest, you definitely are not a good worker when you're doing the work you do. So there it is. We got to maintain good sleep hygiene, ladies and gentlemen. Maintain positive social relationships. Negative energy is only going to transfer to you and put you on a lower level. So cut the games, cut off negative energy. You got family members who got negative energy, cut them off. You got friends who got negative energy, cut them off. I don't do drama, ladies and gentlemen, and my days are always sunny. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't mess with people who are full of drama. I ain't got no time for that. I'd rather be alone. Word up, word up. And it says, not developing an opioid addiction. Ain't that interesting how that was on the list? And I'm not gonna lie, when I saw that last on the list, not getting an opioid addiction, well, that goes with anything, right? Not getting a crack addiction, not getting a heroin addiction, not getting a coke addiction, not getting an opioid addiction, though. But that lets you know who they were studying when they did these studies. Because who's been having a whole lot of opioid addictions lately? I'm just going to leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. You watch the news like I do, I hope. Anyway, moving on. Before I get out of here, let's talk about my IPA of the week. This is a good one. This is Groovy Juicy Hazy Indian Pale Ale. Oh! And this is by Fathead. I'm pretty sure that's their name, yeah. Fathead's Brewery. Oh, this is good beer, too. I mean, these guys done won awards and stuff like this. I think this is 7.1% alcohol. It's really good. You know what I'm saying? It says chill out, man. Have a beer. These guys just make some of the best beer, some of the best IPAs I've ever had in my life. They make other beers too, but you know I'm an IPA fan, and this is a really, really good one. Fathead Brewery. Like I said, they done won awards and stuff. I've been drinking their stuff for years. That's just a really good IPA. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm up out of here. I'm your humble host, Fizz Ed Music, and this right here has been Urban Politics. I want to thank you all for liking and subscribing as you do. Please, as soon as you have a chance, man, take your little cell phone over to YouTube. Like and subscribe. Fizz Ed Music, Urban Politics. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, see you around like a donut.